Perfect. Well, give me 1 second because I just heard my son making noise, and we're going to come right back and get this call started. I'm very, very excited for what it is that we have going on. Today is day 3 of Skills Camp. If you guys have missed the previous 2 calls that we've done, they've been absolutely phenomenal as far as just going over what it's going to really take in order for you to be able to be successful in this space. What skills do you need to be able to make money in this space quickly? So I'm going to play this quick video, and then I'm going to go. I'll be right back in 2 minutes. So I'm excited. I'm very, very happy to be here with you guys today. And I think that you're going to get a ton of value out of what we're going to talk about. All right.
There will never be a point in your time in your life where it's the right time to do a great thing. If you wait for that perfect moment, that perfect timing, it's not going to happen. You know what you have to do? You have to create the perfect time and the perfect opportunity and the perfect situation. So a lot of people become comfortable. They stop growing. They stop wanting anything. They become satisfied. People getting ready to go to jobs that they don't like. Jobs that are making them sick. You see, when you're not pursuing your goal, you are literally committing spiritual suicide. When you have some goal out here that you're stretching for and reaching for that takes you out of your comfort zone, you'll find out some talents and abilities you have that you didn't know you have. When the messenger of misery visits you, what are you going to do? What will keep you in the game? There are things that you think you'll never need to know, that you may only need to know one time in your life, but that could save your life because you had that knowledge. Unless you attempt to do something beyond that which you've already mastered, you will never grow. What is it that you looked at some point in time and you decided that you couldn't do it? That you talked yourself out of it? You're waiting on your next door neighbor to make it happen for you. It may not happen. If you're waiting on your mother or your father, they may be so ancient in their thinking that they don't understand this opportunity that you have. And if you're waiting on them, they may never get done. You don't beg average people to be phenomenal. You don't beg good people to be phenomenal. You just are phenomenal, and you will attract phenomenal.
Wow, 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 guys. If I can tell you that being a dad and an entrepreneur simultaneously is a lot of fun. Shout out to all the fathers out there holding it down, doing their thing. It is absolutely a new experience. So, but let's jump right into it. So we have a moment now to take our intentional moment of gratitude. We like to start every call that we do off with an intentional moment of gratitude. I see people every day that wake up and they jump right into the immediate of what they got going on, and too quickly are we going throughout our day, putting in work, expecting results, but then not really having any gratitude or creating any room for that. So it has to start with an intentional moment of gratitude. If you have something that you're grateful for today, go ahead and share that in the chat box. I'm grateful for my son who just woke up, even though I thought he was going to be asleep for the next hour. I'm grateful for just so much. I'm grateful for what we have coming out on Saturday. I'm grateful for being able to wake up this morning when I know that people went to sleep last night and thought that they were going to and didn't. So it's really, really important that we're intentional about this. Jazz says she's so grateful. She just purchased all the materials and equipment to launch her business. Gracie says she's grateful to wake up another day, grateful to have the opportunity to talk to her family in the Philippines. Phil says he's grateful for UCAD breaking out. Shout out to Mr. Jason Stewart who gave out that trade. If you guys were on the Impact or Manifest trading call on Monday night, we had a very, very great conversation about the dollar index and what was going to happen potentially with EU. It played out. A lot of other trades also played out because of that. So I was able to, the USD was great this week, and we have, it's just very important if you are a manual trader to plug into opportunities to where you can hear the conversations that other traders are having. And it's not necessarily about a signal or about getting direct notification for one trade. It's more about understanding the concepts and understanding how to be able to truly take advantage of the information. So grateful for a ton of things going into that. So shout out to Stu, shout out to everybody who's really been plugging in. But today is day 3 of Skills Camp. Day 3 of Skills Camp. So day 1, we talked about the power of promotion, which is the #1 paying skill in this space. Day 2, yesterday, we went a little longer than I thought I was going to on personality types, but I thought that it was providing a lot of value. So I was going to go in yesterday on personality types and prospecting, but I kind of want to finish up a little bit today on prospecting because We went a little elongated on the personality types, but today we're going to talk about how to expose the business. We're going to talk about the exposure process, and then we're going to talk about following up. So it will be to your own best interest to make sure that you take notes. And again, the determination of how coachable you are is really how quick you are to implement the things that you're going to learn. There's no way you listened to the last 2 calls that we just had and didn't have any new ideas or didn't have any new inspiration or didn't have any added tools to your skill set on how to be able to go build your business, because there's no other way to do it. Like the way we're breaking this down is giving you everything you need to change your situation. So let's jump right into day 3. All right. So for one, we kind of ended yesterday talking about the inviting process. Like inviting is so key. Like if you learn how to successfully invite people to view the business, you'll never have a problem bringing new customers and affiliates inside your organization. Never, because all you're doing as an inviter is being the messenger and not the message. You want to get people in front of that other information. You want to expose people. You want to pique people's interest. There's so much that goes into being a great inviter. But for those people, excuse me, I want to follow up on the conversation that we had today. And just like I played that video that we just played right now, earlier, is because one thing I love about Fraser is that he's honest and that he says something very true, which is that information or strategies don't work exactly the same for each person. Like what your job is to do is to take whatever information that you've learned and then like implement it in your own way. And how you do it might be slightly different than how you learned it, but that's how you make concepts really effective. So he learned about affirmations. He found something that worked for him that was slightly different than what he learned. So my point is that these concepts that I'm going to teach you about inviting, they're not for you to take a script or for you to it's literally just for you to kind of develop what kind of method that how you want to do this with your own method to the people in your own network. So I'm hoping that it's going to bring you guys some value. So the first thing you want to do when you're inviting somebody, what are we inviting them to? You're either inviting them to a live call, like either an event, a live Zoom call where somebody's going to give the presentation, or to a video, meaning that like we have a video 15, 20 minutes that explains the entire opportunity. That's what you're inviting them to. So you're now prospecting this person for them to get exposed to your business. All right. So this is how you do it. This is how you make the invite. One, you have to be in a hurry. We went over these 4 yesterday. You have to be in a hurry. You have to clear their schedule. You have to show value. You have to take it away. You have to be in a hurry. You have to clear your schedule. You have to show value. You have to take it away. It's very simple, but I'm going to go through that. What does that mean? One, when you're reaching out to somebody or you're calling somebody, first of all, these conversations, like you will have more success in your business getting on the phone with people than texting, period. So I know that everybody wants to, make it easy, just text behind the scenes, not really have to talk to anybody, X, Y, and Z. You're going to build slower. There's no faster way to do it than for another human being to hear that voice. You know why? Because I told you guys yesterday that it's not even about the words that are coming out your mouth. That 55% of communication is body language. So that's why if you're in person, it's the absolute best. But 30% of the communication is your tone. So they hear that. They can hear when somebody's confident. They can hear. So it's like a text message doesn't come with any of that. And you're losing a lot of your ability to effectively communicate. So first thing you need to write down, I need to stop texting people and start calling them. That's your first thing to do to change your situation slightly after you're affecting this in your business. Stop texting people and start calling them. So when you call somebody or you reach out to them, the first thing you need to do is you always want to be in a hurry. I don't spend 45, there's only a few people who I can even talk to on the phone for more than 30, 45 minutes. And that's like business, deep, real conversations. When I'm prospecting, I'm on the phone for like 90 seconds, 2 minutes, because all I'm doing is I'm letting them know I'm in a hurry. I'm finding out when they're free. I'm going to show the value and what it is, and I'm going to take it away. So if we had a call, I'm going to do an example. Let's say we had a call tonight. We have a call today at 3 p.m. Eastern to where somebody's going to break down the new vision. But let's say we're building for that call. If you wanted to reach out to somebody and expose them to the information, you call them right now. Hey, what's going on, Rebecca? Hey, what's up, Don? How are you? Listen, I'm in a hurry. I was walking out of the house, but I wanted to call you real fast. I'm like, wow, what's going on? I'm like, are you free today at 3 p.m. Eastern? Yeah, I'm not doing anything. Well, listen, I've been working with some entrepreneurs who've been helping people make a ton of money, and we're going over pretty much our whole game plan and our concepts today at 3 o'clock. Would you be able to make it? So you show the value, and she's like, and this is where the take it away gets so key, because everybody hates being sold, but everybody loves buying. So you have to play on the psychology of a human being. So how does that work? How do you take the value away? You say, hey, listen, you know what? Actually, this might not be for you, but do you know anybody who you think would be interested? You're taking it away. So now you hesitated. Oh, you know what? I'm not even, listen, this might not be for you. Have you ever even said that to somebody? No, you haven't said that to somebody because you're scared as hell that they're going to be like, oh, you know what? It ain't for me. And now they're not in your business. And you're scared of that. You can't be scared of that. You have to stand on what it is we know is the truth. So like taking value away is very important. Another example of taking value away. If I were to send, we have a cold market script that we use all the time. Mario and a lot of other individuals use this as well. It works brilliantly. The script is you reach out to the individual, you say, hey, you say their names, so you say, hey, what's going on, O'Neal? Then my name is Dante. So you reach out to them, send a voice note, hey, what's going on, O'Neal? My name is Dante. Hey, listen, I see that you live in Miami. I'm working with a bunch of people right now who are making money in the Miami area on this crazy project. Would you be open to taking a look about what we're doing? If not, it's all good. See, people would just stop at, are you open? Because then what you really are wanting them to do is say, yeah, I'm open and take the information. But if you let them know day one, I don't care if you do this or not. So you let them know, hey, listen, if not, it's all good. If you don't, that's fine. Because you need to let them see that you're going to continue to keep pushing on and go to the next person, regardless if they do it or not. But a lot of times y'all talking to people with commission breath and you got to get rid of that. Go get some mouthwash. Like that's not, people can smell when you want them to sign up. Like nobody likes being sold, but everybody is looking to buy. Example, you go to the car lot right now, you go to the dealership right now. If I go to the dealership, I'm going to the dealership looking to buy. The last thing I need is an annoying ass salesperson that's trying to sell me on something that I already want. So what are we looking for? You're just looking for the people who are looking for what you have. You're not a salesperson. You don't need to read sales books to be successful in network marketing. All you're doing is exposing people to the information and looking for the lookers. You're looking for because I didn't have to wait. When I heard about this, when I saw the video, I don't have a back and forth. I was looking. There's people who are looking, who are open. Amber says she called somebody that she talked to a couple months ago. I guess somebody she should have reached out to already. And the guy just blew his account last week. She didn't even know the guy was trading. He was looking. Now what? He's getting an account. Like I want you guys to understand how important it is to remove those expectations from people, to allow, like, to really have posture, like Mario said, to have posture. You have to take value away. Don't ever let another human being think that you need them in your life for you to be successful. That goes past business. That goes past, and that goes past all, that's relationships. That's all of that. No human being should ever feel like you need them in order for you to go to where you want to go. No. Now, if somebody offers to help you and give you assistance, that's a part of the process. But that's absolutely, like, people are going to, when you're grinding, people are going to want to help you. People help me all the time. That's not to say I don't accept help from anybody, but I don't operate in a space to where anybody feels like they need me. Never. Or like that I need them. I apologize. That I need them. There's nobody who feels that way. And you have to get that same kind of posture in all areas of your life, and it will really start to show itself in business. So when you're reaching out to people, whether you know them, whether you don't know them, whether you think they could put 10,000 people in your business, whether you think they don't want to do anything but be a customer, it doesn't matter. You take the value away every time, and that natural human being in us is going to be like, well, like, people want what they can't have. Like, don't y'all know? Like, we know that. Like, we were like, so if you say, hey, this might not be for you, my interest goes up because now it might be something that I can't touch, what makes me actually want to touch it more. And then they're going to find out and get in and be like, oh yeah, like, this is great. This is awesome. But it's all about the human psychology. And it's so funny to me how people struggle with reaching out to invite people about a business opportunity, about something that can change somebody's life, or putting somebody on. You're hesitant, you're nervous, you don't want to make the phone call, you're trying to back end text somebody on Facebook, but you really know that they're not going to see it, but that's going to make you feel better because you're going to say you sent them a message, but you know that you could have called them. All of those things that people do, but it's like, in reality, if you had free liquor at your house, you wouldn't have no problem inviting 20 people over. You wouldn't have no problem inviting somebody to a party. You wouldn't have no problem. I gave you 100 tickets to your favorite sports event, concert, whatever that is, or 100 tickets to fly to Cancun or to go to wherever, and you had to go find 100 people to invite. Would you have a problem inviting them then? Would you? No. So it's all on this, and the individual. It's you. I'm literally like, just all of this stuff is to unlock this, because it's you. It's not it's not the business. That's why I'm telling you, like what, on the 17th, nothing changes for you if you're not changing this. I've been saying that since we found out the date, because everybody's like, oh my God, we're 48 hours out. It's going to happen. I'm going to be rich and blah, 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 blah. that's on the door. It could happen for you, but if you don't make the changes in who you are, if you don't get better at the skills, everything we're talking about is skill set. How do I introduce people? How do I, like, all of this stuff is all skill set work, and you need to become better at your skills in order for you to be able to make money. The company could drop the price to $1. It doesn't matter. If you don't have these skills, if you don't have, like, your business is still not going to grow, and it's definitely not going to stick, even if it does. So it's like, it's very, very important to understand these concepts. It's very, very important to understand human beings. This is a people business. That's why the concepts on personality types yesterday was hit home for a lot of people. Had a lot of people reach out to me after. It's because it's about people. When you understand people a little bit more, you'll realize, like, listen, I'm about to say something crazy. Like, your job in this business, like, even the affiliate whose intentions are to grow the business, is not to sign people up. Your job is not to sign people up. If you do the right things, you inevitably will sign people up, but it's actually not your job to go sign them up. And that's why a lot of times people will get me on a three-way, or they will get their upline on a three-way or whatever. And the pressure from that conversation makes it feel like it's my job to go and close that person. It's my job to go make that person make a decision. No, let's talk about the three-way and identification right now. So we're swinging the topic. Once you expose somebody to the business, they've seen the information, you can leverage. I think that this will change once we, because of the 2-week trial, access pass, X, Y, and Z. But in the midst of right now, one of the most effective ways to secure somebody in your business is getting them on the phone with another individual in the business. And people sometimes think that it can only be your upline or the person who has making a bunch of money in the company, X, Y, and Z. Edifying really ain't even about money. I've edified people who made less money than me and got them on the phone to close the deal, or got them on the phone to finish the job. And again, in a three-way call, the goal is not to, like, there's rules to the three-way call. Like, don't get me on a call with somebody. You should never get another person on a call with somebody who hasn't seen the information yet. It's your job as the person to make sure that the individual has seen the information prior to you getting him on the call with anybody else. That way, the job of the other person is to validate the information and then to collect the decision. I'm not there to explain to this person on a phone call to where they can't see any information, everything about Avoid Your Prime. Please don't call me with that ever again. Don't call anybody with that. It's your job to get them to watch the information prior to you getting them on the phone. That way, it's our job. It's the third party's job to now answer questions. It's the third party's job now to validate all the information and then to collect that decision from the person. If you're bringing somebody on the call and expecting them to explain everything verbal to the individual, you're making it much more difficult for this to be effective, because the concepts of this is you want everybody, nobody receives or hears information verbally and is ready to spend money and make a decision. Like, if I just call somebody right now and say, listen, the software is great, blah, 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 buy it right now, they're not going to just buy it. They're going to want to see something with their eyes. So until you show them something that they can see, like a video, like nobody, I don't know the statistics for this, but what's the information, like the level of the percentage of information that you receive if you don't see it, if you just hear it versus seeing it, hearing it, like there's so much more than just hearing that. So I want you guys to understand that that's your best way. So let's say you meet somebody out in public, or let's say you call somebody on your list and they can't make it to an event or a live opportunity call that somebody's hosting. You need to get them in front of the video. How do you do so? The same concept as far as that we just discussed, as far as being in a hurry, as far as clearing your schedule, showing value, and taking it away. If you know the video is 20, 25 minutes, when you call that person and you're in a hurry, say, hey, listen, Mario, I'm in a hurry right now, but I remember that I met you last week while we were at bowling or whatever, and I just wanted to ask, and again, the questions that we talked about last week, where it was like, hey, listen, are you making it, or are you interested, or would you be open to making more money? Would you be open to taking a look at something that's going to make you more money, or are you satisfied with where you're at? Of all the money you made in the last 10 years, how much money has that money made you? Do you know currently right now what interest rate that your bank is giving you right now? Those are 3 questions that you can ask after you're in a hurry. They're going to tell you an answer that you know is going to lead you to your next point. Most people, if you ask them, are they open to making more money, or don't just say that. You have to say, or are you satisfied with where you're at? Because who's going to be like, oh yeah, I'm satisfied? Nobody going to say that. So it's like, you ask them that, they're going to be like, nah, I'm not satisfied. What's up? And then that when they ask you what's up, that's giving you the green light to say, hey, listen, I want more information. You say, hey, listen, you got 15 to 20 minutes sometime today to watch to watch a breakdown on how we making X, Y, and Z money. Like you can position the words however you want, but the concepts are the same. You clear their schedule for 15 to 20 minutes so that way they know that they're going to watch a 15, 20-minute video, X, Y, and Z. And then you confirm. You want to hold people to their word. I've seen people before, like if we had a live call, that you'll post a link on your Facebook or your Instagram story and then expect people to be at the call, or you'll post an event and expect people to show up to the event. And I've literally seen, I'll never forget this one time, a kid who's on the team, he's in the business for like 3 weeks. We did an event in his city. He came, he's like, man, listen, I'm waiting for my people to come, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, how many people do you think are coming? He's like 11. And I'm like, why? Like, okay, like, I'm like, did you get the confirmation that they were coming? And he's like, nah, but they told me they will when I posted it. I'm like, they're not gonna be here, bro. Because they got no confirmation. So the best way to do this is to never leave a conversation without the expectation that they're gonna hear from you again. Like, do you need to confirm that there's gonna be another conversation that you two are gonna have? Example, so let's say that they agree to watch the video. So here's how it goes. You call them, you tell them you're in a hurry, you ask them the question. They say, yeah, like, what is it? Say, if I sent you a video that's 15 minutes long with all the details, would you watch? They say yes. You say, okay, what time would be best for you to watch the video? Because don't just send them the link right after the call and assume that they can watch it right now. They might not be free till 10 hours later that night. So you wait until they tell you when they're available, and then you don't send the link to them. You never take this down, write this down. Don't ever send a link to somebody that you're prospecting if it's more than 10 minutes away from the call or the event. Never, 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 ever. I don't care if they say, hey, listen, send it to me now. Nope, I'll send it to you when it's time. Nope, never, ever, ever. Because what does that do? It allows you to have another reminder. So it allows you to pop back up on that person's head when it's 5 to 10 minutes before the call. Another cheat code for when, let's say we were doing a live call, we're doing an opportunity call, like we're doing a call today at 3 o'clock. If you go put 4 people on that call, what's the cheat code for you? 1, you get them to confirm now. 2, you send a link to them 5, 10 minutes prior to the call. 3, once the call starts, you ask them, hey, can you see or hear everything clearly? Don't ask them, are they on the call? Because now you look desperate. You expecting them to be on a call because they committed to it. So it's like, can you see everything clearly? And even if they're not on the call, I bet you they get on. But if you're like, hey, listen, are you on? And you're like, my dog hurt his leg and I can get on, but that's when all the BS comes in. So it's like, but you can get around all of that by just using these. These are just literally just free keys for you to be able to implement into your own game. But we have to remove the mindset that we're salesmen. We're not salesmen. You're a consultant. When you're talking to people, like you're basically finding out if they have a need for what it is that we have. Now, we already know that most people have a need for what we have because most people got their money in the banks and it's not making them anything. But we already know that. They don't know that that's a disservice. Most people don't really even understand how much of a disservice it is to you to only have your money in the bank making 1% a year when inflation is 3% a year, which means that you're losing money every year. So it's like, but most people don't know that. So you need to allow, like, you got to bring that out of them. So if you ask somebody, how much does their bank bring back every year on their interest in their savings account? And they say 1%. You say, hey, listen, if there was something that can make you more than 1% that didn't change your day-to-day schedule, would you be interested in checking it out? Would you be open to taking a look? If not, it's no big deal. Like, it's so easy to do this because it's like, some people are going to say yes. Some people are going to say no. Either way, I don't care because it's not my job to sign you up. It's my job to expose you. It's my job to follow up with you. It's not my job to sign you up. So there's no emotional attachment with me if you do it or not. I don't care. I'm just exposing you because I know sooner or later, there's going to be another Dante. There's going to be another Philip. There's going to be another Rebecca. There's going to be another Don. There's going to be another Mike Manuel. There's going to be another Junior. There's going to be another Riley. There's going to be another Jason. Look at all these people that are already doing this. So why are you getting caught up over the person that's not? Just keep going through the motions, and the people that are, you're going to find them. They're going to pop up. This dude said 101. I feel it. And so it's very important for us to really understand this from that aspect, because it's just a different mental approach to how you're prospecting by coming into it with the mindset of it's not my job to sign them up. It's my job to expose them and follow up. So let's get into following up a little bit. First off, no matter what, you got to be a professional. Like, you can't say you want to make 2,500, 5K, 10K. like a month and not be a professional. So it's like, to be a professional, professionals are always learning. Professionals are working on their skills. Professionals are developing every day. A lot of y'all treat your business like it's a joke. And that's why you got joke-like results. So it's like, you treat it seriously. Like, you got to think, if you want to make $10,000 a month, that's a 6-figure plus salary. What kind of training? Go Google and look up different, what kind of industries in the world pay a 6-figure salary. Okay, go look at what's required for the person who has to work in that 6-figure salary. Talking about some of them doctors, lawyers, X, Y, and Z, 4 years, 8 years of school and learning. And y'all don't even want to learn 3 skills. It blows my mind. Like, so it's just like, you have to look at it from that perspective. That's why when Fraser Brooks, I loved what he said, is like, when he wakes up in the morning, he asks himself, what's the alternative? If I wasn't going to go build this business, what else I'm going to be doing? Because a lot of times we get lazy and it's just like, I don't feel like doing this, but we're not thinking about, okay, if I don't do this, what am I going to end up doing inevitably? If I wasn't building this business right now, what I would be doing is not like, that's not what I want to be doing all my time. I don't want to be managing restaurants and all, and I don't want to do that. And it's like, I've experienced that. So now I built my business with that same kind of vigor and that same kind of effort, because I was working 60, 70 hours at a restaurant. So why would I not work 60, 70 hours on my business that's going to put me in a position to be free? But y'all are like, oh yeah, I'm going to just treat my business 25 minutes a day and somehow pop up as a 6-figure earner in a year. Hell to the no. But it's like, it's very, very important to understand things from just this level of a perspective. As far as following up, you want to get a commitment from people. Like, it's not a commitment for when they're going to enroll, but a commitment when you're communicating with them. So example, let's say I prospected O'Neal. He saw everything. I asked him what he liked. We talked about it. He said, you know what? I need to do my research. A lot of you guys will say, okay, cool. Like, do your research and then reach back out to me, blah, 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 blah. No, this is like professional stuff, next level. If you tell somebody about Avoria Prime and they say they need to do their research, the conversation's not over. You need to ask them, how long do you think that you need to research everything? Because a lot of times you're fishing through BS of them not having the money or not, like you're fishing through a lot of that BS. So when people say, I need to do research, they're expecting you to just be like, okay, well, and just let them off the hook. Don't let them off the hook. Ask questions. Leadership is about asking the right questions. So you ask them, how long do you think you need to do your research? And that's not with any animosity. You just ask them a question and they're going to give you an answer. And whatever they say, they can say it's going to take me an hour. They can say it's going to take me a day. They can say it take me a month. They can say it take me a year. It don't matter what they say. You say, okay, cool. Is it okay if we can we get on another call after you're done your research? Because now they've done their research. Obviously, they should be willing to get on another call. So whatever timetable they set for you, they say, listen, I need 3 days to do my research. I'm going out of town, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. I'll call you on Monday. If it's Friday, I'll call you on Monday. Okay, they say they need a week. Okay, fine. I'll call you next week, same day, this time. And what is that going to do? But people's not going to do that. Their research, it's all BS. People just be saying anything because they don't like being sold. They want to, people are looking for this. So it's just a different approach when you're having this conversation, but you want to collect a decision from somebody, a decision to get back on the phone with them again. Maybe my second to last point with somebody is the 2 things you must do is you gotta, 1, don't ever follow up without a date. So you want to talk to somebody and get the next time for sure and certain when you're going to talk to them again, regardless of how long that's going to be. The issue with that is sometimes people will tell you 2 weeks and then you get frustrated because they're not signing up right now, so you're not getting your commission bonus. No, whatever they tell you, what do? You write it in your calendar so that way you're there on time and you reach back out and you don't forget. This is how you fill your calendar up, by doing this over and over and over again. And you'll have so many different, you know what I'm saying? You have so many different meetings like that eventually you're just signing people up that you talked to weeks ago, months ago. It's a really great feeling. And when you're following up with somebody, you need to always follow up with success and you need to follow up with results. You never want to follow up and say, hey, listen, you ready to sign up now? Or hey, are you still signing up? No, you follow up with success. You follow up with results. I didn't even learn this in my own game until a year and a half ago. And I was like, wow, this really changed how I was approaching people. Okay. So one thing that you can say or a concept that you can take is that when you're following up with somebody or you reach back out to them and say, hey, listen, hey, Mario, or hey, Sean, or hey, Don, or hey, Michael, or hey, whoever. Hey, I remember we spoke a while ago about trading in Avoria Prime with our AI. I just wanted to update you on what's happening right now in our investment group. We're literally dropping a software this Friday that has X, Y, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're following up with results. You can say, hey, I just wanted to update you. Like, if you tell somebody, I wanted to update you on the good news that's happening here, and then just tell them, hey, listen, I have 500 people in the team that hit their weekly goal this week. Or sometimes we'll start posting in the group chat, the Telegram, who hit their weekly goal, and have a bunch of people saying that they hit their goal. And you can send that screenshot to that person. Hey, listen, I just want to update you on 200 people that are in the group right now having success with our softwares, and just want to reach out. And what you're doing, you're not reaching out to that person so that way they can sign up. You're just reaching out to that person so you pop up on the top of their head again. That's it. Because when you pop up on the top of their head, then it's going to like, oh, shoot, I should have reached back out to O'Neal. Oh, I forgot that I said that. And that's what you're doing. But you're not coming at them like, why aren't you signed up yet? We talked already, blah, blah, blah. And that's that commission breath. You got to spit. That's that commission breath. When you start putting too much pressure, you start getting too hyped. You start trying to convince people. No, stop that. It's like, I don't care. You get me on the phone with somebody. Sometimes I can hear the surprisedness in some of you guys' own voices when you get me on calls with your people, because I'm not getting on the call trying to bark down somebody's throat and convince them to sign up. If you do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. I don't care. But if you're exposed to the information, we can have an educated conversation about the information you saw, answer all your questions, and then collect the time frame when you're going to make a decision. But it's not about you trying to be a superstar recruiter or a closer or X, Y, and Z. No, because then that's going to put you in a situation to where, like it's going to put you in a situation to where, one, your business isn't duplicatable. If you think that you're a superstar, all-star closer, even if you are, everybody doesn't operate like that. So everybody doesn't have that doesn't have that naturalness of doing it. So if you speak, or if you try to be like, just let your ego try to have you go and dominate every conversation and try to overtalk people and convince them. One, even if they sign up, they're not going to duplicate. They're going to always need you to close every deal, which is not going to free up your time. We don't do network marketing to even though there are weeks, especially when we're about to launch, where I'm absolutely going to be working 60, 70 hours on my business. For the majority of the time, it's not even close to that. And that's because when you build a business, it's the point of it is so that way they can pay you over and over again for the work that you've already done. So for the remainder of this year, I'm about to put in more work than I absolutely ever have in my entire life. With what intention? So that way we can get paid off of the work we about to do in this next 90 days forever. And it's very, it's exactly, Stu says, no different than sharing your faith. You can't force anybody to believe, just testify. Facts. So my last point and my last example is just to let you guys know that, like, we are now 2 days away from this. Like, this stuff, like this is really about to happen. And I'm going into a different, like the level of effort is going to increase by so many of the top people. Like, I don't have to ask O'Neal, is he about to go hard in his next 2 days? Like, I don't have to ask, like, there's certain people who are already so locked in and so focused. And I don't want you to miss out on that. Twice in the last 3 years now. So 2 out of the last 3 years, I've closed the quarter off, meaning that the last 2 months of the year, November and December, so this was 2017 and 2018, with over 50 personal enrollments myself in a matter of 2 months. So in 2 months, 2 years back to back, I brought in over 50 people. And I'm literally telling you, this is where I'm getting a lot of this information from on how this happened. My first time when I did it was in, when I was still in IML. I showed you guys that picture from 2017 was when I came back from GoPro in early November, and the fire that I had inside of me was it was ridiculous. And I signed up 50 people in IML before the new year was out. 2 years ago, when I joined Silverstar, we had just like Hamilton was about to release, we had Benjamin, X, Y, and Z, and the company gave out a cruise. They were like, listen, if you sign up, I think it was like 15 people in November, you can go on a cruise. I've never been on a cruise before. I said, oh, hell yeah, I'm going. And I ended up signing up like 50 people. But you know what's crazy though, is that the majority of people I signed up both times, and again, the only reason I didn't do that again in 2019 is because the economy didn't have a back office. That's why. Like, that's literally, we didn't have a company to build during that time frame last year. But towards the end of the year, it's the fourth quarter. It's when you close. It's the most important. I just read a statistic that said the Lakers won. They were 57-0 all year when they had a lead in the fourth quarter. And that means that that they understood the value and the importance of closing as in your time frame, in your own personal effort in those high leverage moments. So it's like, it's really ridiculous. And my point to you is that in this last 2 months, you're going into, like, you have a lead, we have what people want. You have the thing, and you have the ability to change your situation. But my point to you, as far as How did I enroll 50 people in 2 months? The truth of the matter is that more than half of them had already been exposed to the business by me earlier in that year. Earlier in that year, at some point in time, they had already been exposed by me. I told them 3 or 4 months ago, they didn't sign up, but I just went on a massive run of following up with people, and a massive run on following up with people. Massive, massive, massive. And what did that lead to? Tons of people joining my business. So what's my advice for you? Is to go on a massive run on follow-up. The fortune. You hear people say this all the time. The fortune's in the follow-up. Why? Because they've already been exposed. They're already aware of what's going on. And it's time for you now. You will be able to go and influence that person to be able to make a decision. So it's very, very exciting. I'm so pumped for what we're walking into now, because I'm sure some of you have already exposed a bunch of people to a Warrior Prime. What you need to do is you need to follow up with them and let them know about the 6. Let them know about what's about to happen Saturday. If you've spoken, if there's anybody that you've ever spoken to about a Warrior Prime that doesn't know about what's about to happen Saturday, whether they're doing it or not, whether they signed up originally, none of that matters. If you've ever had a conversation with them about it, or they liked the post, or they showed interest, you need to reach back out to them and have another conversation about what's happening Saturday. Hey, Phil, I just wanted to reach out and let you know. I remember we talked a couple months ago about trading. You might have tried it out, X, Y, and Z, but I had to let you know that literally in 2 days, we're about to release 4 brand new software, one of which you can trade on accounts with like $250 that are bringing in crazy results. Would you be interested in seeing some of the results of the new software? Like, you can play it so many ways, but you need to go out of your way to let everybody you know try back out Saturday. And also that they're going to be able to try it out for 30. If somebody is like hella skeptical, that they can try it out for $30 for a 2-week access pass starting in 2 days. So when you had that conversation with that person, even if they didn't join before, good, that's great. Now we got something new. You can try it out for 2 weeks so that way you can actually see it. And you don't even know what position that person is in right now in their life. Like, so it gives you the ability to take advantage of what we have. I'm hoping that today's conversation just brought you some value on edification, brought you some value on how to follow up, brought you some value on the conversation when it comes to prospecting. We have something here that nobody else has. There's literally like what percentage of the world right now you think are looking for ways to make extra money? Majority. And if somebody had an option to choose how would they like to make extra money, I'm sure that they would choose an option that doesn't take away from their current already lifestyle. I'm sure there's a way that so it's like when you think about what we have here at Warrior Prime, and that it's already been proven that millions of people want to participate and learn about the foreign exchange markets. That's already proven. Go look up videos on YouTube where you see videos about Forex with 1 million views. What is that saying? People want to learn about how to make this money. So we have something that's going to make that easier for them and solve somebody's problem. And we solve somebody's problem. That is the game. Like that, when you solve somebody's problem, that's how you make a bunch of money in business. Look at any business mogul, any business ever that was very successful. At the core root of it, the product was solving people's problems. And that's what we have, and nobody knows it yet. So why are we doing a whole call this week on skills? Because I want you to lose your mind when it comes Saturday on how important you make this to you. Like this, as far as priorities, if you are looking for a Warrior Prime to change your life, and again, I don't care if you're not looking for a Warrior Prime to change your life. I'm talking to you guys because most of you, I have private one-on-one conversations with about your goals, about what you're trying to do, about what's going on in your life. So it's like, because I know that information, if you want to have and create the things that you see being created right in front of you, you have to make it higher on a priority list. You have to. And there's periods of time, even, and this is just being super transparent. I literally have, we're working on now my mother-in-law coming into my house for the next 30 days. So that way, when Saturday happens, I absolutely focus 100% on my business. Why? Because it's that important to me, because I know that during this short period of time of intense, absolute all-out focus provides us like so much in the long run. I guarantee you, I promise you, it'll be worth it. And you will be thankful if you go all out and use the skills that I'm telling you that we just went over the last 2 days. And tomorrow, don't miss tomorrow's call, because we're going to start talking about the laws of building. We're going to start talking about how to structure your organization. Why? Because I just told you how to recruit people, how to bring people in, all of that. You know everything you need to know right now. If you don't, rewatch Tuesday's call, Wednesday's call, and today's call. There's absolutely no way that you wouldn't know how to go out and build your business. It's all on your own personal effort from that point on. So tomorrow, we're talking about structure. We're talking about longevity. We're talking about communication. We're talking about the laws of building a successful organization. And if you don't have experience running a successful organization, then you can't have an opinion on somebody who does. Because I'm not giving you guys something that I'm reading, even though the knowledge of me being a student, like all of that is from me reading. But the stuff I'm telling you, most of it's coming from experience of me implementing the things that I've already learned. And that doesn't stop. So I'm excited. I hope that you guys get a ton of value out of this call. Make sure that you're on this call tomorrow. I would highly advise, if you haven't seen the call that we did on Tuesday and yesterday, they were absolutely fire, and you need to go ahead and tap in. I'm hot. I'm sweating now. I need to go drink some water. I love y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day.